topic, new day. So I want to sit here and I want to talk about how sometimes I literally let people and their opinions of me function my days and my belief system and who I am, who I believe as, who I think I am as a person. The worst part about this whole entire thing is that it literally ruins my self-identity and who I think I am as a, like who I believe I am as a person. So a couple of months ago, I had a situation happen, but let's just say that I had someone come to me and pretty much tell me some awful things that they think of me and how they perceive me, and a lot of these things I did not identify with, and I felt like this person they were describing was not me and who I think I am as a person, and it threw me off my axis of my identity, and it made me feel crazy, first of all, and because I didn't see that. And so if this person is saying that, then they're clearly maybe saying something that I'm not saying. So I freaked out. I thought I was a narcissist. I called my therapist and I was like, hey, like, I need to talk to you. I need to talk this thing out. I talked to my closest of friends, and I talked to my mom, talked to all of them. They didn't see any of these things that this person came and told me. And so when this happened, I was completely destroyed, because I always find myself building foundations around what other people think of me, and being a people pleaser, being someone who just validates themselves through what people think of them. I feel like it's not a good place to be, and I try so hard not to get to that place, but it's hard. It really is super hard not to believe what other people think about you. It really is a difficult place to be, and it's hard to create a foundation where those people's and their thoughts of you don't control you or make you think differently on yourself at all. It's hard because I feel like you're stuck in this thin line between, if I don't listen to them and, you know, I don't listen to what they're saying, whatever, I never get feedback, and then I become this person who is all about themselves and cannot even look around and realize what they're doing wrong. And you know other people who do that, and you're like, I never want to get to that place. And then the other side is that if you do listen to these people all the time, you're never going to know who you truly are, because you are just relying on what people think of you, and these people's opinions of you are defining who you are, and you have no say or input, or really your truth isn't in it at all. So it's a really thin line that you're in between. And so I think that's how I personally went crazy, where I'm like, okay, I want to be like this confident, strong girl who, you know, people's opinions, people's applause does not matter. You know, I know who I am, I'm confident, and I'm not going to listen to it. To over here, where it's like, I'm going to listen to some feedback because I don't want to be too powerful to where people think I'm this arrogant, narcissistic person. So I'm going to listen to what they say about me, and like, it's going to tone me down. But I just want to sit here and tell you that there's a fine line, yes, but you are not meant to have your light dimmed because someone else is uncomfortable around you. I want to say that because that is exactly what I have figured out, is that, first of all, some people aren't ever going to know the true you, and they are not going to understand, and they're not going to like you. They're just not going to like the way you do things. They're not going to like your proudness, your confidence, because personally, they see this mirror, so you're in the part of the mirror that they're looking in, and they could either be envious of it, they can be jealous, they can be looking at things that trigger them from their childhood, whatever it is. There's so many little examples of that, and there's so many reasons why someone cannot like you. So I just want to tell you that do not dim your light for others to be more comfortable around you, and do not change who you are just because others don't understand you. You are not the opinions of other people who do not know you. And that quote's from Taylor Swift, okay? But that is like one of my favorite quotes ever. And so I want to sit here today and rant about it. You know what, I don't know why I'm like doing these little series, but I'm just like talking about random things on my day and just kind of clipping them together, and we're gonna put it in one vlog to where you can just play it in the background of you getting ready or something, so you don't actually have to watch it. There's nothing, you know, cool transitions and music and stuff. It's just gonna be you sitting down with me. And so that's the number one thing I do want to talk about. And to emphasize that, this person and I that I had this thing with, we're cordial. We're okay now. I let them just talk to me, spill everything out. It hurt, or they could have said it differently. And they just had some opinions that I don't believe in and I don't think are true. And I think they're super one-sided, and a few of them I just don't believe that they're true about myself. And I'm not gonna list those things, I'm not gonna say those things because we don't need to get into the nitty-gritty. But the overall arching theme is that you can't have people's opinions of you rule your life. And I'm literally talking this through to you, but I'm reiterating it to myself, because I like to say I'm someone who doesn't really care about what other people think. Sure, I am like that. If I'm wearing a cute outfit on the street, I really couldn't care less what that person, you know, staring at me thinks about my outfit. I really don't. Those little things, I don't care. But when people say mean things about you, or say that you're one thing which you don't identify as, that's when it's hard for me. And it's just it's a hard battlefield to go through, because you're stuck in this limbo, like I said before, of just you trying to self-identify as, and you trying to be a better person, whether you're working hard on these things, you just go crazy in your head, you're like, I just try hard not to be that. And then when someone tells you that you are that and you're acting like that, but then you've been trying super hard not to be like that, that's when it's like, okay, am I doing all this for nothing? Is nothing changing? Is there no self-help books that I'm reading, this therapy I'm doing? Like, is this actually helping, and am I growing into like a better person for my friends, for my family, for myself? Am I? So it's just a lot of questioning things. And so I feel like it does rip you out of your foundation. It makes you uncomfortable. But the best part about this whole entire thing that I want you to listen to is that you grow from it, you learn from it. Like, for instance, I learned that I am not any of those things. I really am not. I talked to my therapist, I talked to my close friends, told them everything, told them the truth. I talked to my family, and you know what I found? I found that all of those people pretty much laughed at what I told them, because it was sort of out of place, and they knew that wasn't my character, because they've taken the time to like really know me and know like what I mean when you know, my little quirks and my little kinks to who I am as a person, to where I don't have to you know, fully describe the meaning of what I said, you know, whatever it is. Also, I feel like when you take the time to even do that and talk to those people and reach out for help, and help that you think you need, and I don't actually need it in that area and sense. I always need help. I think you always should grow. But what I'm trying to say is that I think that also adds value, and it shows that you care, and that you are a human being just trying to be a better version of yourself. And you're trying. That's the minimum, that's the least, and that's like the best thing you can do for yourself, is to ask for help, is to reach out to those people. You have access to a therapist. If you reach out to your therapist, if you reach out to your family, friends, talk to them about, you know, a situation that happens where someone has really bad opinions about you, or, you know, you come into this conflict and you know, talk to other people. And I don't mean this like you go talk and you gossip and then you come back and like bite and it's like bah, bah, bah. I don't agree with that. But I think that if you can go and talk about things and be like, am I like this? Like, this person said this. Do I show these tendencies? You know, I think that just shows that you're willing to work on yourself, and that you're a caring and lovable person. And each and every one of you watching this, I want to tell you that you deserve to be treated very kindly, and you deserve to be loved. You deserve to not have mean things said about you. And most of the time, it's normally the other person. And I know that sounds, again, the crazy ego, you know, or narcissist, whatever, but most of the time, hurt people, and most of the time, it's honestly not even your fault, and it's not even your perception, it's the other person's perception. And I feel like what goes into perception is experience, life experience, how people were raised, how events that people went through, trauma, no trauma, whatever it is. And so just know that you're not crazy. I don't think that you're a terrible person, and I'm also reiterating this to myself, but I'm past it now and I'm like in a much better place. But it did rock my world for a bit and I was like, oh gosh, am I like this? But no, it's hard to not have your whole belief system and foundation go based off of people's opinions. It is easier said than done, but here's to working on it and to working on a foundation to where religion, spirituality, whatever it is, the higher order of power that you believe in, I think makes a difference on how you can bounce back. I truly believe that. And wherever it is, whatever preference it is, I'm not here to judge or tell you whatever, because I have my own. I know a lot of people have their own, where some people don't have any. That's okay too. But I highly recommend to go on a journey and figure that out and have that foundation of a basis, because I think you can learn a lot. And it's something that's not tangible, but it's a feeling and a motivation and something in your heart that I think that you can't find anywhere else. And so you can have all the motivation, all the advice in the world, all surrounded by the best people, but I feel like there needs to be something within your soul rather than like your heart that needs to have a direction, or, you know, a knowing, a foundational knowing that you're enough already, you're okay already. These opinions of you, those are from other people who are also sinful, and, you know, other people that are just human beings. We all make mistakes and no one's better than the other person. We're all equals, and that's truly what I believe in. But alongside my awesome and amazing inner circle that I have with friends, family, therapist, all that stuff. So don't let people and their opinions of you create the foundation of who you are as a person. Find that out yourself, and then build a foundation without the opinion or knowledge of anyone else about who you are. Because at the end of the day, you're the person staring back at yourself in the mirror. They're not there next to you. They're not there with you in your mind. They're not there. They're there for maybe a second, maybe a little sliver of your lifetime. So make it worth it. Create this foundation with yourself, and hopefully you and I can build it together where, you know, we don't really care too much about other people's opinions and what they have to say on our lives or what they think of us. So yeah, catch you on the next topic. First of all, I want to say I'm having a really hard time with my body right now, and I want to share this because I want my subscribers on here, the ladies who message me on Instagram, who send me the sweetest messages ever. I want to talk about this because maybe one of you, two of you, maybe a few of you are going through it too. But my body is just not how I have had it in the past, and I'm growing into, you know, more of a womanly figure. I'm trying to balance, you know, a good diet, and not a diet, but like good healthy eating where I feel my body and I feel good about my body. And I'm trying to find a workout routine that I like, and some days I just wake up and I just don't want to, I don't feel like working out. I'm super lazy about it, but I know that if I want, you know, to look a certain way, I'm gonna have to be able to go to those workouts that I plan, and it's just all super consuming. I totally have body dysmorphia. I know it. I've had it, like it started in high school is when mine started, and it's just, I mean, like even now I'm sitting here and I'm naturally, subconsciously, I flex my arm. Like I put it out to make it look angled, because if I just do this, see how it looks like that? And I don't like that. And I'm so conscious of every little thing always. Not just vlogging, even out and about when I'm out, you know? And I'm always looking in the mirror, and I've been super hateful towards myself. I have not been good about it. And I'll like look in the mirror walking past places in London, I'll just be like, oh my god, you look disgusting. And that's terrible. I know you're probably sitting there like, Izzy, you know? But it's the truth. It's honesty, and it's hard. I'm struggling with it a lot. When I say a lot, like I'm really struggling with it right now, and it's super vulnerable, honestly, talking like about this to y'all, because it's something I don't like to talk about. I really don't, and it's like hard to even say it now, but I think it's gonna help someone else. So if you're going through that, like, I understand. And if you have any tips and tricks on how to, you know, maybe just a few practices to maybe figure out how to love my body more. I try every day to wake up and I'm like, I can run, I can walk, I can, just so many things. Like, I'm so grateful about it. But then there's just always this little voice of like, you don't look like this person. Your stomach, look how it looks like, and you're 23, almost 24. Why does it look like that right now? But then it's also, again, like society standards and the magazines, the touch-ups, all that, and that whole foundation that society puts out. It's sort of being worked on a little bit, I feel like, but not really. And it's just, you know, seeing that, like, girls with no cellulite. Not everybody is the same. And so I need to stop comparing myself to other bodies because it's not the same. And so I have that. I'm in London right now, and I've had a little bit more of a mindset of like, let's go eat, you know, whatever. Let's go out, let's enjoy dinners, and I had not thought about it, which is literally heaven and wonderful, because normally I think of every single thing that goes into my mouth. And listen, I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this is not advice, okay? This is my personal experience. This is just something that's happening. It's toxic, it's not toxic, whatever it is, okay? But this is my personal experience. I just think of every single thing that goes into my mouth. It's hard to do. It's hard to deal with. And I always feel guilty about things sometimes, and sometimes I don't feel guilty about things, but then I don't feel like full or happy. But then sometimes I do when it's just such a freaking slippery slope. I hate comparing my body to other people. I hate hating my body. I feel so guilty for not liking my body. And so I'm still on that journey to get to a place where I really am proud of the way I look, no matter what that looks like. Like, I want to look like how I want to look like. And like, if people are gonna be like, oh, that's too skinny, or oh, that's like not healthy, whatever. All I care about is like me being proud of myself and my body. And so that's my journey I'm still on. I've been on it for years. I cannot remember the last time I looked in the mirror and my eyes didn't go directly to my stomach. It's a problem. I know it's something, you know, but I'm like still trying to work on it. Still trying to get it figured out. You know, we're going to therapy. I actually have not brought this topic up yet in therapy. I brought up because I had, you know, some past things with my body and eating, like all that stuff, but it is going to be brought up next. I need to talk about it because, in all honesty, I had a session today and I was like, I need to bring it up, you know. But then I gaslight myself and I'm like, it's not that bad, Izzy, you're fine. But then now that I'm sitting here talking this through and like telling you these truthful things about what I think and what I do, you know, I need to talk about it. I need to ask advice. I need to do something. So on that journey, pretty scary telling y'all this and stuff, but I do it because first of all, it's good therapy for me. It really is. Like, I'm sitting here, like I said, I'm hearing it now and I'm like, okay, I need to talk about this. And second of all, I hope someone watching this can, you know, take inspiration from it and know that they're not alone either. That, you know, other people go through it. Or like someone could think, oh, your life is just so great and stuff, you know. But like, everyone has their own demons. Everyone has their cons. And everyone has struggles that they go through.